Hey everybody, Sally and Smith coming to you from Durban. So it's time for another rant. This week the bill of expropriation without compensation has been gazetted, and I think it's a very, very real factor that everybody in South Africa needs to take into consideration. So my thoughts on this is it's all smoke and mirrors. It's a silver bullet. It doesn't matter what they state in the bill, that it's got to go to court and only the court can decide if the government can take land with no compensation. In other words, the owner of the land will get paid nothing, or maybe the government has acquired that piece of land, they're not using it for anything, and they can obviously use it for what they want. So here it comes. Are we going to be sitting in a few years having the government giving over our land to the Chinese because they've run out of land? They're going to be sending their people. They've got a massive population growth. What deals are being done behind the scenes? What is the push for this? They're saying it's going to be it's going to be very different to what happened in Zimbabwe. Again, I don't believe that. I think that if we allow this bill to go through, we're going to be sitting with a situation where you and I, the people of South Africa, we're going to be at risk that land is going to be given to people that are not going to pay for it. They're going to take ownership of it. It's going to push land reform even faster than before. Farms can be taken over, and they're going to be left destitute, exactly like Zimbabwe. This is just another pattern of what happened in Zimbabwe. I don't care what they say. They can come up with all the excuses. They can use all these fancy wording and say that it's not going to be the same. I think it is, and I think that South Africa, you need to think very, very carefully, because what's coming for us right now, if we don't put a stop to it as the voters of South Africa, well, you and I are going to be left with nothing. We're going to be left with massive potholes. We're going to be left with no food. We're going to be left with no land which is going to be properly farmed. And the reality is that it's just going to head one way. So my rant today is South Africa. I think that you need to start paying attention to this. I know that the South African Institute of Race Relations has twice before this gone to court against this, and they did win. They're in for a very big battle this time. They made contact with me last week, and I had a chat to them about this, and they definitely need support to get this pushed through to High Court to once again fight this. And South Africa, there are people out there fighting behind the scenes for our future generations. So it's time for us to really collaborate together as the Rainbow Nation. It's no longer about what you believe in terms of your race or your history or the apartheid or whatever. It's about the future. It's not anything other than where are we going to as a country now, the future, because what we do now in the next 2 years is going to determine the future of South Africa. We're either going to have an amazing country which has got great minerals in our soil, we've got good investment coming through, or we're going to allow the likes of this bill to be passed and say goodbye to any future foreign investment. Say goodbye to anybody wanting to start up a business. Say goodbye to anybody wanting to start a factory and maybe employ 100 people. Everything like that will not even be an option for us in the future, South Africa. Time to wake up and start saying no to the things that the government is trying to push through.